Hello boys and girls, welcome back to your maths classes. Today we're going to start with fractions, and you may say, well, I just use my calculator. The problem is, if you don't do fractions manually, you're going to have a problem a little bit later in the year when we do algebra and we bring in variables, and you're going to have a problem in grade 10 and 11. In 11 we even bring trigonometry into fractions, and that is not on your calculator. So please make sure you can do your fractions manually without a calculator. But let's start and find out. Exactly again, I know a lot of this information you already know, but it's important to really go through it again. So we're going to start with what a fraction is. All revision, you know this. A fraction is a small or a tiny part or amount or proportion of something. It's a very tiny thing again. For example, a pizza is divided in 8 slices and you eat 3 of the 8 slices. Therefore, you've eaten 3/8 of the pizza. The 3 is called the numerator, the number of slices eaten, and the 8 is called the denominator, which is the total number of slices the pizza is cut in. Now, equivalent fractions, it's very important. Right through your high school mathematics career is always to simplify your fractions. So we have a lot of infinite number of equivalent fractions to 3/8, but you have to simplify it so that your answer in the end is 3/8. So equivalent fractions have different numerators and denominators, but the ratio between the numerator and the denominator is always the same. So when you divide here with 3 and when you divide here with 8, you will always end up with 3/8. What happened to the 3 and the 8? What are the numbers 3, 6, 9, 12, which is the numerators? What are the denominators 8, 16, 32, 64 called? And remember the following. We even colored it in for you so that you remember it. What you do to the numerator, you must also and always do to the denominator. So these numerators 3, 6, 12, 24 are all multiples of 3, and 16, 32, 64 are all multiples of 8. Now let's go the other way around. We now want you to take 24/64 and we want you to write it in its simplest form. So how do you go back to 3/8? Use the highest common denominator, the highest common factor, highest common factor to write fractions in its simplest form. So you're going to divide 8 into that, which is 3, and 8 into 64, which is 8. Now the conversions, you've been working with it for a long time, but it is still important in high school and in grade 9 to do your conversions, mixed and improper fractions. In common fractions like 3/8, the numerators are smaller than the denominators. If you've eaten the whole pizza plus another 3/8 of another pizza, you have eaten altogether 1 3/8 pizza. This is called a mixed fraction. But when you do calculations in maths, and you will see it especially in the next lesson, always convert your mixed fractions to improper fractions. Otherwise, you're going to make mistakes. So remember that. And in improper fractions, the numerators are now greater than the denominators. How does this conversion work? Now, you've been working with this for a long time. You can just look at this again. Make sure you can do it because you're going to do it many times. Steps to convert a mixed fraction into an improper one. You times the whole number in front, the integer, with 8 plus 3, which gives you 11/8. That means it's 8/8 plus 3/8, which gives you 11/8 because 1 is 8/8. You can also convert back or the other way around. And steps to do that is you're going to simply divide. 8 goes into 11 one time with 3 remainders, which is written over this denominator 8. So that denominator always stays the same. Now, comparing fractions, very important when you compare fractions. There's 3 types. So please make sure that you understand this very well, especially the last one is a little bit more difficult. But let me explain it to you. When the denominators are the same. So I got a pizza, divided into 8 slices. Your friend eats 5, you eat 3. Easy. So that means you've eaten more than your friend, which is 5 over 8 is greater than 3 over 8, or you can write it the other way around. When the numerators are the same. So let's think again, what is this 8 and 10? And it's important to remember that always. That 8 and 10 is the number of slices the pizza is cut into. So this pizza is cut into 8 slices, this one into 10. You ate 3, your friend ate 3 out of the 10 slices. You ate 3 out of the 8 slices. Obviously, you've eaten more pizza than your friend. Now, the most important one is when neither the numerator or the denominators are the same. You can see it. None of them are the same. And you have to order it. They're going to ask you which one is bigger or smaller. And the best way to do that is to use your lowest common denominator. That's very important. We are going to work with the lowest common denominator again in the next lesson. But this is the process. Like I said, we will do many sums like that again. So you're going to change the 8 and the 5 to the same lowest common denominator, which is 40. And then you're going to change the numerators and denominators so that it all ends up with the same denominator. But what you do to the denominator, you must do to the numerator. What you do to the denominator, you must do to the numerator. As I said, we will do this again in the next lesson. In the end, we see that 3/8 is 15 over 40 and 2/5 is 16 over 40. And now you can see which one is the smaller or the greater. So 15 over 40 is less than 16 over 40. Reciprocals is also called multiplicative inverse. That is important to know. A reciprocal of a number, switch the numerator and the denominator. So you have a half is the reciprocal of 2 over 1. Or minus 2 over 3 is the reciprocal of 3 over minus 2. So you flip it. And then this is also important. Dividing a number is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. I divide 3 divided by 4 is the same as 3 times 1 over 4. Also important to remember. And then a number multiplied by its reciprocal will always be equal to 1. Then another calculation technique that you're going to need in fractions and to master fractions. I know you think it's difficult. It's not really difficult. Just learn these calculation techniques. Is your 3 exponential laws. And we've done many videos on that. So please just quickly remember that if you have a division, you're going to subtract the exponents. Then if any number to the power of 0 is 1 is your other law that you must remember. So x to the power of 6 over x to the power of 6 is x to the power of 6 minus 6, which is x to the power of 0, which is 1. Or you can just simply cancel them because they've got the same basis and the same exponents. And then the next law is flip if the exponent is negative. 3 forms. A fraction can be written in 3 different forms. Please note the question, what form they want you to have the answer in. So it can be either in a fraction form, a decimal, or a percentage. So half is 0,5 or 50%. And 3 over 5 is 0,6 times 100, 60%. Or 3 over 8 is 0,375 times 100. You move the comma 2 places, and then you have 34,5%. That was the first lesson, the foundation of fractions. So in the next lesson, we're going to start doing the big and the important work with fractions. So please join me next time. Bye-bye.